In this video, I'm going to be going over the best cards to be buying at each price point right now in NBA 2K25 Myteam. So the price points I'll be talking about for the best cards to buy at that specific price point is going to be 5 to 10,000 MT, 25k, 50k, 100 to 200,000 MT, and then also a 250k and above tier. So I'll be talking about cards that maybe go for 500k, 600k, a million MT, cards that are really good for the expensive players that you guys want to purchase at a higher level. But now to talk about the first price point of this video, again, is going to be the best cards to buy for 5 to 10,000 MT. Now, I don't have these cards arranged in a certain order. I'm not saying that Josh Childress is number 1 or Dr. J's number whatever that is 13. These are just going to be all of the best cards to buy for 5 to 10k, and you guys can see on the screen right here. So if you want to pause the video, I'm going to talk about some of these cards. I'm not going to go over every single card, but just wanted to throw you guys tons of options, because I'm not going to sit here and say these are the best cards to get and only give you guys a couple options, right? For this price tag, I want to give you guys as many options as possible. So for example, if you guys are looking for a point guard specifically, we'll talk about the point guards here first, right? So you have Evan Turner, Jalen Suggs, and Sean Livingston. If you're looking for point guards for 5 to 10k, those are going to be the three best options in my personal opinion, mainly because Jalen Suggs, I think he's the best option out of the three, because he's really good defensively. We'll talk about Jalen Suggs here quickly. He's a really good 6'5" defensive point guard, amazing defensive stats and badges with a great jump shot, and he has the best dribble style in this game, one of the best escapes in this game, and a very good size up. I do like Jalen Suggs a lot at the point guard position, again, for 5 to 10,000 MT. Evan Turner is 6'6" at point guard with a great jump shot, and then Sean Livingston is 6'7" at point guard to give you guys an option for a lot of height. Now, next, guys, we'll talk about shooting guards. I'll try to arrange this in order of the position so you guys can make it a little bit easier to understand. So for shooting guards, if you're looking for cards for 5 to 10k at the shooting guard position, Trevor Ariza, Rocco, both these guys are really good 3-and-D. Also Bilal Coulibaly, all really good 3-and-D shooting guards, again, for that 5 to 10k price point. If you're looking for a straight defensive card that can hit jump shots wide open, and that's all you really want your shooting guard to do, go for Trevor Ariza, go for Rocco, go for Bilal Coulibaly. They're all going to have really good height. I think Trevor Ariza is 6'8", Bilal Coulibaly 6'8", Rocco 6'9" with a 7'2" wingspan, and they're all very good defensive cards. Now, if you're looking for more of offense at the shooting guard position, again, for 5 to 10k, Jabari, especially Josh Childress and Dr. J, are the best cards to go after. I do want to talk about this Josh Childress card because he is insane offensively for 5,000 MT. This card is 6'8" at shooting guard, 6'11" wingspan, has an incredibly good jump shot, Pro 2 fade with almost the best dribble sigs in the game, Darius Garland dribble style, Steve Francis size up, Curry escape. Those are the three best sigs in the game. He doesn't have the tray behind the back, but besides that, has everything you'd want when it comes to the offensive animations. So again, these are the three shooting guards I would go after. The big man I would go after, Chris Anderson, really good power forward, amazing jump shot. Wang ZZ, pretty much the only center you'll find that's actually usable and good for 5 to 10k. He's 7'1" with a 7'5" wingspan, does play solid defense with a good jump shot. And then Dino Raja, he's a great power forward option for 10,000 MT. He's got a good release as well. He plays good defense and does have a good player model. And then to give you guys an option at the small forward position is going to be Galaxy Opal Trevor Booker. So in my opinion, guys, these are going to be all of the best cards to buy for 5 to 10,000 MT. Now, talking about the next price point is going to be the best cards to buy for 25k. Again, I'll try to talk about this in positional order, and I didn't order it that way, but just thought it might be easier for you guys to understand now that I'm actually talking about it. So Deron Williams, Ron Harper, and Chauncey Billups are a bit above 20k. I believe they all go for like 30 to 35k, but I wanted to include them for around the 25,000 MT price point. It just makes more sense in my opinion. And Deron Williams and Chauncey Billups are both solid defenders on the perimeter, but they're only 6'3" at point guard. But the thing they have is the best dribble sigs in this game. Like, they have end game sigs with also good jump shots. Deron Williams is 6'3" at point guard, 6'6" wingspan. Like I said, good defensive stats and badges. They maybe aren't going to be the greatest defenders in the world just because they are 6'3", but take a look at their sigs. Garland dribble style, Steve Francis size up, Curry escape, tray behind the back, Zach Levine moving step back, Pro 2 fade. One of the better jump shots in this game. That's Deron Williams. He's an amazing offensive PG. Chauncey Billups is very similar. Ron Harper is another great option at point guard if you guys are looking for a bit more height and defense. Ron Harper, he's 6'6" at point guard with a 6'9" wingspan. He's going to be a much better defender as well. 98 steal, 98 perimeter with a 94 interior defense, and he also does have a very good jump shot. He's just not going to give you that offensive ability that a Deron Williams or a Chauncey Billups will give you. Now, talking about the shooting guard position, guys, I do have two names on here. That's going to be Mike Miller, a 6'8" shooting guard who is an absolute sniper, and also Chris Middleton, who kind of does the same thing, has a really good jump shot and is there for offense. Now to talk about some small forwards, definitely got to mention Pink Diamond Beasley here first, because I mean, Pink Diamond Beasley is so good offensively. I believe he's like actually 15k, like 15 to 20,000 MT, because of the downtown super packs dropping today. Really good jump shot. I mean, it's Michael Beasley. He's always one of the best cards in this game for his price. And then you got cards like Tyler Hansbrough, Carlos Boozer, who are around 15, 20k, and are solid price tags, right? For their, how good they are in game. They're decent small forwards, not anything too spectacular. And then the final two cards that I do think are really good to buy for around 25k are going to be Galaxy Opal Miles Turner and also Galaxy Opal Roy Hibbert. And specifically talking about Roy Hibbert, if you guys need a center, there is no other good centers to buy for 25k. So if you need a center card, definitely go out and get Roy Hibbert. He's a really good defender, 7'2" with a 7'7" wingspan. Maybe he doesn't have the best jump shot in the world, but his defense is going to be elite. So if you guys are looking to buy cards for 25k, these are going to be the best cards to buy, in my opinion, for 25,000 MT. Now, hopping on over to the next price point is going to be the best cards to buy for 50k. And this has some really stacked cards in here. Cards like, I guess we'll start with the point guards, which is just going to be Andrew Bogut and Manu Ginobili. Bogut is 7 foot at the point guard position. Now, I don't know why he's so expensive, because you can get this card for one Galaxy Opal piece in the new Champions Festival. So please don't go spend the 40k that he goes for. Please go buy him with one Galaxy Opal piece that is so easy to obtain. Literally go get one Galaxy Opal piece in the new festival and exchange it for this Galaxy Opal Andrew Bogut. He is a 7-foot point guard. He's great defensively. He causes so many mismatches on the offensive end. If you want a card that's maybe a bit more offensive focused and a card that can actually handle the rock a bit better, is Manu Ginobili. He's a really good offensive point guard, has a nice jump shot, has Pro 2 fade, good sigs, and is a solid defender. Now, if we're talking about shooting guards, I'm not going to actually have a shooting guard for 50,000 MT. To me, I guess Mike Miller would be that card, but he's like 35k, 30,000 MT. Also, Brandon Miller, I would have put him, but I think he's about like 80,000 MT, so I didn't really want to include him as well. So now, talking about small forwards here instead, we'll move on to the small forward position. We got Dolph Schayes, Terry Dischinger, Jalen Johnson, and Galaxy Opal Giannis. Now, when it comes to Dolph Schayes, I think he's easily the best between the four. They made this Dolph Schayes card like genuinely insane at the small forward spot. He is such an underrated small forward, 6'8" at small forward with a 7'1" wingspan. Great stats and badges across the board. His jump shot is elite, Pro 2 fade, and has almost the best sigs in this game and the best motion style as well. This card is just unbelievable for 50k. If you want a slightly worse version, go get Terry Dischinger. But again, giving you guys another option in case you like Terry Dischinger better compared to Dolph Schayes, but they're very similar at the small forward position. Jalen Johnson, I like his jump shot. He's good defensively, has good size at the small forward position. And then Galaxy Opal Giannis, it's a Giannis card. He's 6'11" at small forward with a 7'4" wingspan. His defense is off the charts amazing, and he can also be a great slashing small forward. Now, for the big man position, I got Brad Miller, who's about 60, 65k. Andre Bargnani around the same price tag as well, but both these cards are still really good offensive power forwards. Bargnani 7 foot with a nice jump shot, Brad Miller 6'11" but has really good dribble sigs. And then guys, if you need a center for 50k, please go ahead and get Pink Diamond Wemby. I know he's slow. If you can afford a higher center, if you can afford a more expensive center, for sure, go get them. But if you're looking for a center for 50k MT, I do think Wemby is going to be your best option. Now guys, talking about the best cards to buy for 100,000 to 200,000 MT, we have a lot of different names to go off, to go over, and we'll start with the point guards, just like we've been doing. So there's only 2 point guards here, but it's Denny Avdia and Luka Doncic. Both these cards are extremely good for their price. Denny closer to like the 100,000 MT price point, I believe he's a buy now as I'm recording this video. Luka's more on the expensive side, like maybe 200k, maybe a little bit more, but both are going to be great point guards in their own right. Denny is 6'9" at the point guard position with an amazing jump shot. Luka, pretty much the exact same thing, 6'7" at point guard with an amazing jump shot. Now to talk about the shooting guards, there is quite a bit of I think there's a couple shooting guards I want to talk about. Franz and Amen Thompson. Rick Barry also really good as well. Amen Thompson, amazing dribble sigs, pretty much the best sigs in the game with the Pro 2 fade and a decent jump shot. Franz is going to be 6'10" at shooting guard with a nice jump shot as well. And then Rick Barry is probably the best in my opinion, just because he has the best sigs in my opinion besides Amen Thompson. His jump shot's better than Amen Thompson, and he also does have the Pro 2 fade. Now talking about the small forward position, this is going to be the most stacked position for sure. And that's going to be cards like Vladimir Radmanovic, Luol Deng, AK-47, and Tim Thomas. I mentioned these 3 small forwards a ton or these 4 small forwards I should say, because they are all genuinely so good at the small forward position. And again, I just want to give you guys those options. Maybe you don't like Vladimir's jump shot, so you'd rather use AK-47, or maybe you don't like AK's jump shot, or maybe he doesn't have enough offense for you. You want to go for a Tim Thomas or a Vladimir. So just wanted to again give you guys as many options as possible. And then for the power forward spot, we got cards like Sar, Jack Sigma, Bill Walton, and Chet. all really good defensive power forwards. I mean, Bill Walton's the best offensively there just because of the dribble sigs they gave him. But Sar, Chet, probably the best defender, 7'1" at the power forward position, and cards that you could also run at center if you really have to. But guys, now time for the last price point, which is going to be the best cards to buy for 250k. Now for this one, I don't really want to do it by position. I want to talk about it in sections because the last 5 cards here are, yes, going to be expensive, and we'll get to these cards here in a second. But the first ones are going to be closer to like that 250 to 500k range. You got Dikembe, who's 500 to 600k, really good defensive small forward, has an amazing jump shot, 7'2", can play center power forward. I mean, he's an absolute beast. You got Michael Beasley for like 350, 400k, whatever he does go for. Really good offensive small forward, just like his pink diamond. Then you got Mark Eden, who's like 350, 400k, but he's a really good defensive center card. And it's hard to come by centers. If you saw in pretty much all of these lists, there's not many centers that we talked about. So that's why you're having to pay an expensive price tag for cards like Artis Gilmore, Mark Eden, you know, Dikembe Mutombo, Wemby, you know, his Galaxy Opal card, Dark Matter, Kareem. So that's why those cards are going to be expensive. Kawhi, really good defender, 6'7", 7'3" wingspan, really good defensive card on the perimeter. Galaxy Opal Wemby, I mean, an uncontestable jump shot, and he doesn't go for much more than like 500k. I've heard he's come down quite a bit in price, so he's a great pickup for 250k plus. And then Elgin Baylor, a card that I really like. He's got basically the perfect sigs in this game, a really good jump shot, Pro 2 fade. I think Elgin Baylor is actually a great pickup right now in this game if you guys are looking for a point guard. But now, guys, talking about the expensive cards here, cards like 100 overall LeBron, 100 overall Giannis, 100 overall Kevin Durant, 100 overall Larry Bird, and 100 overall Glenn Rice. I wanted to give you guys these cards as options as well. If you're looking to spend a lot of MT to get the top tier cards at a position, these would be the cards I would go after. I mean, LeBron is so good at small forward. He's basically his invincible at the small forward position. Same thing with Kevin Durant, pretty much his invincible, but also at small forward. Giannis, not as good, but he's still an elite power forward because of his defense and his animations. Larry Bird, Glenn Rice, both amazing shooting guards in this game. Yes, they're expensive, but I know a lot of people have MT to spend and they want to pick up the best cards possible. So these, in my opinion, are all the cards that are worth it for an expensive price tag. But guys, these are going to be the best cards to buy for 5 to 10k. Best cards to buy for 25k, 50k, 100 to 200k, and then 250k plus. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. I really hope this can help you guys understand what are the best cards to buy at each price point. So if you're a super budget player, maybe you're looking for mid-tier cards, or maybe you're looking for, like I said, those expensive cards as well. I just hope that you guys found this video helpful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.